Michael Shellenberger explains how the CIA and USAID were behind Trump 2019 impeachment. This is why Trump is going in and busting him up. This is why Trump is trying to get rid of a lot of his employees, because they are corrupt. They're working with the corrupt CIA to try to take them out, man. It's despicable. On top of the other things that USAID been doing, we know that they gave hundreds of millions of dollars to entities like George Soros and his open society and things like that. Just a despicable organization that got away with so much for so many years, and now someone is finally willing to go in and do something about it. Thank God for that. But we're gonna play the clip. We're gonna talk about how they're behind Trump's 2019 impeachment. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get right to this clip. Here we go.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Shellenberger for Public. The House of Representatives impeached President Donald Trump in December 2019 after a White House whistleblower went public with evidence that Trump had abused his powers by withholding military aid to Ukraine in order to dig up dirt on his rival Joe Biden. In the complaint, the whistleblower claimed to have heard from White House staff that Trump had, on a phone call, directed Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to work with his personal attorney at the time, Rudy Giuliani, to investigate Joe Biden and Hunter Biden.
Rudy Giuliani, an unsung hero. I mean, he went in and did so many investigations and found out a lot of stuff that was going on, a lot of corruption that was going on in the government. That's why they went after him. They went and took the man law license and taken all his assets and things. What they did to Rudy Giuliani is horrible, man. And they're continuing to do to this man. This is someone who I think we don't hear enough about, is what happened to Rudy Giuliani. I mean, he's the one that verified the laptop, all of that stuff.
The whistleblower who triggered the impeachment was a CIA analyst who was first brought into the White House by the Obama administration. Reporting by Dropsite News last year revealed that the CIA analyst had relied on reporting by a supposedly independent investigative news organization called the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, or the OCCRP, which appears to have effectively operated as an arm of the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, which President Trump has just shut down. The CIA whistleblower complaint cited a long report by OCCRP 4 times. The OCCRP
4 times the CIA complained about this stuff.
report alleged that 2 Soviet-born Florida businessmen were key hidden actors behind a plan by Trump to investigate the Bidens. Those 2 businessmen connected Giuliani to 2 former Ukrainian prosecutors, according to OCCRP. The OCCRP story was crucial to the House Democrats' impeachment claim, which is that Trump dispatched Giuliani as part of a coordinated effort to pressure a foreign country to interfere in the 2020 presidential election.
And none of that turned out to be true, of course.
Which is why the whistleblower cited it 4 separate times. In a 2024 documentary that the German television broadcaster NDR made about OCCRP's dependence on the U.S. government, a USAID official confirmed that USAID approves OCCRP's annual work plan and approves of new hires of key personnel. NDR had initiated and carried out the investigation with a French investigative news organization called Mediapart, an Italian news group called Il Fatto Quotidiano, Reporters United in Greece, and Dropsite News in the United States. However, according to a Mediapart story published the same day as the Dropsite News article, NDR censored the broadcast after U.S. journalist Drew Sullivan, the co-founder and head of OCCRP, placed pressure on the NDR management and made false accusations against the broadcaster's own journalists who had been involved in the project. On December 16th, Dropsite's Ryan Grimm posted a link on X to the 26-minute-long documentary. NDR, Germany's public broadcaster, is facing a censorship scandal, he wrote, and it's defended itself by saying it never killed a news report about OCCRP and its State Department funding because no report was ever produced to kill. That was absurd, wrote Grimm, and dozens, maybe hundreds of journalists knew it to be false. And now, of course, someone has leaked it. The drop site journalistic collaboration revealed that OCCRP's original funding came from the Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs of the United States State Department. And it quotes a USAID official who says,
Andrew was just nervous about being linked with law enforcement. Yeah.
But why?
Well, because sources maybe, right? If people that are going to give you information think, oh, you're just an arm of, you're just a cop, right? I mean, maybe it's a problem. Or and other governments, say you're trying to get into a country and do something, and then the government says, what are you, law enforcement or not, right? Like, there's a need that, the separation, the independence is important. Because if you lose that, you lose your sense of it's a value. Your reputation is incredibly important.
OCCRP does not operate like a normal investigative journalism organization in that its goals appear to include interfering in foreign political matters, including foreign elections, that are aimed at regime change. Sullivan told NDR,
"We've probably been responsible for about 5 or 6 countries changing over from one government to another government.
Wow.
Because and getting and people, prime ministers indicted or thrown out."
As such, it appears that the CIA, USAID, and OCCRP were all involved in the impeachment of President Trump in ways similar to the regime change operations that all three organizations engage in abroad.
Now, the same tactics, this is some scary stuff if you think about it. The same tactics that our CIA used on foreign countries to make regime change in foreign countries is the same exact tactics they used to take out Donald Trump to prevent him from winning the election in 2020. Scary stuff, man. Scary, scary stuff. The same stuff we did internationally, we went and turned it on us domestically. Crazy. Mind you, the CIA is not supposed to be working within the United States. Think about that.
The difference here is that it is highly illegal and even treasonous for CIA, USAID, and its contractors and intermediaries, often called cutouts, to interfere in U.S. politics in this way. In response to questions that we sent to OCCRP, it threatened to file a lawsuit against us. The premise of your article is factually false and defamatory, wrote Miranda Petrusik, the editor-in-chief of OCCRP.
Do you really think they will sue? Do you really think they want this stuff out there? What do you think will happen if they take this to court? They would never sue. They would never sue. They don't want this stuff, this information out there. If you sue, it's going to make it bigger.
In an email to us. The claim by Dropsite News and partner media that USAID has control over editorial appointments has been disproven, she wrote, and we suggest you read our response to that. But neither OCCRP nor anyone else has disproved Dropsite's allegations, and Dropsite stands by them. And the evidence does not support OCCRP's claim of journalistic independence. If you're not already a subscriber to Public, please...
Wow. So the CIA and USAID was working together to try to take out Donald Trump, to impeach him in 2019 and to try to sway the 2020 election. That is just crazy information. Y'all need to get this information out there. But let me know what y'all think about this. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.